Ladies, gentlemen, Octanes, and Roadhogs, welcome to the QRLS Season 5 Draft Free Agent Scramble. This is going to be an extremely fun night of action-packed Rocket League, and I can't wait to see the prospects that the QRLS has to offer here tonight. Joining me tonight in the booth, as you can see on the very new and glorious overlay that we have here set up on stream, courtesy of K1 Killer, the head of all of our media, Massimune and Mass. This is going to be a good one.
Without a doubt, Little Bucket. And like you said, shout out, props to K1 for all the work he's put into the stream. It's really showing up, and it's gonna make season 5 all the better. But yeah, I think there's so many unknowns in this free agent pool, more than we've ever seen before. And tonight is probably the last best chance for captains, new and existing, to really get a good eye on this field of potentially superstar players.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A lot of these guys we did see in the first free agent scramble earlier on in the season. However, now we have a couple of newcomers, a couple guys we haven't seen before, and a couple guys that we saw before that we won't be seeing tonight. So, how do you think this affects the mind of a captain, especially you yourself being a captain, seeing this melting pot, if you will?
I think any captain worth his salt is tuning in right now. And if you have a captain, if you're a part of the team and you know that your captain isn't watching, you should be blowing up his phone to get on Twitch right now, because this is very important. This just the events of tonight could influence how the draft turns out, and by extension how the season turns out. Um, so obviously, some of the captains are more available than others to, get on customs every night or every other night and reach out to people. And even those that are available, there's so many so many new fresh faces in that free agent pool that you're never going to be able to really adequately assess them all. So things like this are a really fun way, and a really convenient way of getting a good picture for what the field is like.
Absolutely, and there is a lot of storylines here tonight, believe it or not, especially because of the Season 5 draft. The draft order is officially set right now, and it is public knowledge across the league. So the question here, Mass, is how do you think the draft plays out? Do you think it's going to be pretty simple, like last season's, where we saw, well, season four's, I should say, where we saw a pretty clean 1 through 5 picks before any trade antics? Or are we going to see some crazy switch ups here from teams towards the latter half of the draft looking to move up?
I in no way, shape, or form think this is going to be an easy 1 through 5 pick. I think maybe number 1 and 2 are relatively predictable, but there's so many variables. With the new QRLS rating system that we're using to cap out player ratings and team overall team ratings. The new players, we effectively have to go by their MMRs. So whereas existing players, you took into account their performance in the previous season, it's really difficult to make an adequate assessment of how well they play, and more importantly, how well they're going to play when those lights come on and the audience is watching them. So that even the best players can crumble under that pressure. So no, I don't think it's going to be predictable in any way, shape, or form. I think we're in for a pretty wild ride.
Absolutely, and it's honestly just going to be so much fun here tonight. You mentioned the first couple picks may be a little predictable, and one of the talks at the town lately, especially after the last free agent scramble, is potential number 1 overall pick Kachow. he really showed out. You know, gave some league comparisons to some of the top tier guys that we do see so far. But in terms of the draft itself, the man who's on the clock, the captain of the Cyclones, Night Leaper, has been a little quiet here lately in terms of what he might be doing in this draft. So, do you think the eerie silence is a good thing or a bad thing? Or, how do you think this is going to play out here for the Cyclones?
I'm not gonna, obviously, as a captain myself, I have been in talks with other captains and doing my appropriate scouting. So I'm not gonna reveal too many secrets. Obviously, the spicier the better when it comes to draft time. Um, but no, he's not being quiet in any way, shape, or form. He's doing his homework. He's calculating, as I love to say. Um, and yeah, Kachao is definitely the obvious pick, considering his rating and his performance. But there's so many other variables to take into account, right? Does he really mesh with one captain over the other? What's his availability like? What are his teammates' availabilities like? So don't just look at that number and assume that number one pick's going to be Kachao, number two is Rek Marush, number three is out. Like it's not that simple, and I think that captains that are going into that draft expecting that are in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up too, especially with the dynamic of these scrambles, the dynamic of availability. There's just so much that goes into playing in this league week after week, believe it or not. And just tonight we were able to get two more people that we've never seen on stream before on, which is a big deal. So just to get them the exposure tonight is huge, let alone on a week to week basis. And from a captain standpoint, that's obviously something everybody has to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. On a day-to-day basis, the league dynamic and the free agent pool dynamic is changing. So it's more important than ever now with the expansion and with the quantity of players that we have, that they kind of keep their head on a swivel with this.
It is all changing indeed, and changing for the better. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just under 3 minutes away here from kickoff between these free agent squads. A little reminder as to how tonight is going to work. There are 4 teams of 3 free agents here tonight playing in a tournament. Each first round match is a best of 5 match, and the 2 winners will face off in a best of 5 final, just like we saw earlier in the season between free agents. Now, Mass, in this best of 5 scenario, rather than just a 3-game scenario like we're used to week in the QRLS, this gives a lot of time for teams to adjust, not only to the other teams across the field from them, but to each other.
I'm sorry, I got a little distracted with team organization. Can you repeat your question?
In a best of 5 scenario here, it gives both squads a lot of room to adjust to not only their opponents across the field from each other, but their teammates that they might be playing with for the first time here tonight.
Right. Yeah. Then this is a bit of a departure from what these guys are used to, which is just they get in a customs lobby, and from game to game they're playing with completely new people that they may or may not have played with before. So you get a unique perspective, both playing playing repeatedly with the same people and playing repeatedly against the same people. So yeah, no, the this is why I love these scrambles so much, because I can't say it enough. They're unique in their effectiveness at allowing for observation and assessment of these players. A lot of players that just may not have the time for day-to-day
Right.
gameplay and customs, but they'll make room on their schedules to reach these scrambles.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Then that's a great point too. And, you know, it's all going to come down to this one here tonight for a lot of these guys. So we're going to see how it all plays out here in the QRLS. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, go check out the merch store where we have a ton of great new items, including every single team now represented on the merch store with a fan shirt. Go get them now. They are dirt cheap, and they are very, very comfortable. Again, go check out the merch store. It is linked in the Discord page and in the Twitch bio. Ladies and gentlemen, players are on the field, and you know what that means here. We have a scramble underway.
So exciting as the first teams kick off. Fabrizi and Rekmai Rooster meet in the middle of the field, an explosion leaving the ball just wandering aimlessly as Fabrizi first to take control.
Fabrizi did a really nice job there at the mid, got the boost, and took a lot of patience there setting up his play, almost waiting for his guys to get in position. I'm really interested to see how this plays out. Ripple shoots one and misses wide.
Yeah, it's really, really clever use of time management, allowing your team, you know, recognizing the awkwardness of that kickoff and allowing your team to collect boosts is so important.
A lot of back and forth so far here between these two squads. The blue squad consists of Lemur Arms, Joe 2361, and Rekmai Rooster, who is another potential candidate at number 1 if you want to get very logistical. And the orange team now consists of RL Zombie, Fabrizi, and Ripple. Ripple and Rekmai Rooster here, Mass, we have not seen yet.
Absolutely, and I have played with Rekmai Rooster lately, and what a save from Ripple.
Wow.
Anyways, yeah, so Rekmai Rooster is extremely skilled. You know, his QRLS rating is in no way, shape, or form deceptive, and what a demo from the blue team as the orange team takes the offensive.
A beautiful demo indeed. Everybody go get yourself a beautiful demo t-shirt while supplies last. Nice shot there by Fabrizi. Misses high and left there on the near post as we have seen a back and forth blunderfest here as we now see top down. Joe 2361 gets the goal.
And I looked down at the boost totals on the scoreboard for 1 second, and Joe just perfectly barred down and in over RL Zombie for the first goal of the game. You know, pretty quick goal actually. I was actually expecting this to be a much slower paced game from these two squads as they learn to kind of assess each other and adapt accordingly. But it's just been flames from the start.
Joe 2361 with the bar down goal there. He really showed out in the last free agent scramble, but RL Zombie, former 3 Rocketeer, puts one in to tie this one up.
And you gotta assume that he learned that level of control from his former captain Slurpy Snail. A beautiful touch in the midfield, not too strong, not too soft, just perfectly positioned. Ties this game up.
RL Zombie, a Rookie of the Season finalist this season, did a very good job with the 3 Rocketeer squad, making the playoffs in his first full season of play here in QRLS. Fabrizi now up the sidewall, looking for a little control here, trying to get ahead of this thing, but to no avail. Joe gets to the 15 he needs, tries to push this thing offensively, but gets an awkward angle, and now we might be going the other way with Ripple off the sidewall.
Great display of control from Joe 2361 there. He gets it past multiple defenders, and the blue team is just pushing it relentlessly. You see the entire orange team in there, and now they've just been pushed back by this surprising repertoire. But Fabrizi is looking to change that. Oh, and what a missed opportunity! It was much too easy of a goal, and RL Zombie he doesn't take that. He needs a little bit of work for his effort.
Yeah, Fabrizi tried to get that slow double tap going in, but just to no avail, could not find the back of the net. RL Zombie off that sidewall, trying to get something going. Ripple follows. 50 here by Rekmai Rooster. No, going the other way now. Blue team on the defense. Joe up in the air, gets it by 1, gets it by 2 on a miscalculated flip. Beautiful demo, net wide open!
And great awareness from the veteran Lemur Arms to recognize the defensive misplay from RL Zombie in the midfield. You know, sometimes when you realize that you're the last man and the ball's in a dangerous position is when you click that jump button a little bit too fast. And and you end up with an unfortunate backflip.
Absolutely, and now we have a 1-goal deficit. What a save there by Fabrizi.
Slow down in action here, and great patience. With a minute and a half left in the game, a one goal differential is next to nothing. So I like the orange team's prioritization of not scrambly gameplay.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of crazier scenarios in the QRLS. A whole handful of them come to mind immediately just from last season in terms of deficits and a little time on the clock, if any. And we see a shot now missed wide there by Lima Arms. Looking for his second one on the night here. Arl Zombie pushes the offensive with less than a minute remaining here, Massey. The orange team trying to get the demo, and that they do! Arl Zombie can't get it by Lemur.
I like these touches from Orel Zombie, the slow touch, and what a slot from Wreck My Rooster. As I was saying, he's just taking half volleys from the midfield to just kind of throw the defense into a tizzy, and it was working well until Wreck My Rooster decided to wreck their chances of a comeback here.
33 seconds remain at the face-off. This one is all but over here. But, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned in the pregame show, these are best of 5 matches. So this orange team is going to have a chance to run. And honestly, they've been playing really well here. Mass, they just couldn't quite answer the goals here by the Blue team.
Yeah, and you're seeing some double commits, some miscommunications, which are all kind of par for the course for teams that have never played with each other. But a lot of it is that it's just like lobbing shots from the mid and from the sidewall that are catching this orange squad off guard. But no, they definitely have the awareness and the mechanical prowess to get the job done.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give another huge shout out to this beautiful overlay we've got going here tonight. Massimune, we're spoiled.
I think that's that's definitely an understatement. As the player relations guy, I just handle the little disputes here and there. Sometimes I gotta slap a wrist here and there, but for the most part, K1 just takes this stream and makes it something magical, and we reap the benefits.
Absolutely. He does such a great job making this beautiful, beautiful league look even more pretty. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here to give you all the content we possibly can. This event is going to be posted on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to check that baby out after and or during this match. And don't forget to check out the Discord server as well, as mentioned before. And of course, go find yourself a nice merch store item. Get yourself something nice for the spring. Get yourself a nice t-shirt to go to the beach in. Anything you gotta do. Game 2 underway here. Massimune, the orange team, is down by 1. Blue team played really well. Really solid rotations offensively. Didn't really see a lot of mistakes.
No, and you see that maybe overconfidence as their entire team is found in the far right offensive corner with the ball in a precarious position. So a speedy start from the blue team, hopefully slowing it down to some more prudent Rocket League in here, because the orange team will punish.
Blue team now on the offensive. Wreck My Rooster with a nice center there. Couldn't quite find a teammate, however, as we now see Ripple off that sidewall. A little nice control there. Couldn't get the shot on, but a beautiful save by Wreck My Rooster, as we are 45 seconds in, and this already seems like it has taken up a notch.
Absolutely, that was great control from Ripple. He had so much boost and no real blue challengers. I'd like to see him maybe try to control that until his team gets in a better position. Whenever you see the entire defensive squad in the net, the best thing to do is to try to keep it to yourself. But a really impressive bit of control from Ripple there.
3:40 remaining here. Still no goals in this best of 5 match. The orange team is down by 1 game to the blue team, who won 3-1 in game 1. And we now see Ripple off that sidewall, as you mentioned, looking for some control. Nice patience there, but a good clear by Wreck My Rooster, as he's now trying to run the gambit offensively and can't quite get it past the defense of the orange team.
Another booming touch from Zombie to give his team some better positioning. The ceiling pinch attempt from Fabrizi falls a little bit short as Orange tries to take control back after what seems to be endless back and forth volleys across the mid.
Lieber arms up in the air, looking for a shot, puts one on off the top post. No.
Great patience from Ripple there to just not go for the immediate shot. You know, a lot of times if you're not aware of the other team's position, it's tempting to just go for that ball as quickly as possible. But you know,
what a save by Lemur Arms there on the 50. It looked like the shooter had about 6 touches on that.
Absolutely, it's getting crazy here. They're getting antsy. You can feel the tension building up. The first goal is just imminent as RL Zombie gets a wonderful clear into the far corner, but intercepted by Wreck My Rooster. Again, the defense on show right now is just incredible.
Back and forth by both of these squads. The defense, as you mentioned, is phenomenal rotationally. Another beautiful save, this time by RL Zombie. Wreck My Rooster can't quite get the shot on he wants, misses a little wide. Ripple now nice and patient in his own corner, looking for the sidewall carry, as we've seen so much already in this series. And we now see, once again, back and forth action between both of these squads.
You're seeing a little bit of overcommitting on Orange there with the third man all the way in their corner, and you see it punish in the long run as the blue team is able to push the momentum and catch them floundering. And Lemur with just a beautiful air roll shot into forced own goal. Great job by the blue team here.
Yeah, Fabrizi was very close there to getting that pitch out, but nonetheless, it is a 1-goal deficit. The blue team leads. They are at the advantage here in the series. They are up by 1. Once again, Joe gets by the defense, looking for a possible tap. Can't quite get it there off the back post. Lemur looking for the tap himself. No!
Oh my word. That was about to be a ground pinch and a half if he managed to get down to that in time. But thankfully for the orange team and for the spiciness of our stream, that didn't happen, as another opportunity for Orange rears its head. Joe 2361 challenging the net. Wreck My Rooster is unable to get to that booming shot from RL Zombie. I want to see again how he managed to get this. Was it just a chip? Oh, just a perfectly timed chip, perfectly positioned. You couldn't ask for a better shot.
Yeah, the demoed body on the blue team was just a little late respawning there, and with less than a minute, it's a tie game. We might get some free Rocket League unless they get a quick transition goal here by the blue team as they push the offensive.
You see the hesitation, neither team wanting to overcommit and lose it all in the last 30 seconds of the game. It's a nightmare scenario for either team, especially Orange, if they fail to equalize the series.
Absolutely. They are now looking to force overtime. Fabrizi, what a save there. That one would have really put the nail in the coffin. Beautiful demo!
And great awareness from Fabrizi there to actually recognize the slow shot. Sometimes those are so much more dangerous than booming shots because you just overcommit for the save. And we are going into overtime, ladies and gentlemen.
Overtime is the best time here in the QRLS because the next goal always matters. This one is for the win here. Can the orange team tie the series up, or will the blue team have a big advantage going into the pivotal game number 3? And they do!
Joe 2361. Look at how early he's up for this pass from Lemur. It doesn't even start coming down off the wall before he's up, and RL Zombie was actually quicker to get to that, but he anticipated the shot from Joe2361. I am extremely impressed at the blue team's performance across the board.
Absolutely, and honestly, that veteran leadership of Lemur has really shown out. You can see him topping the charts here for the blue team here in game number 2. He's really done a really good job facilitating, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's in a field that would otherwise seem pretty even mechanically. I think the veteran Lemur Arms has really made the difference here in terms of tactical positioning and, like you said, facilitation of the shots. So I think obviously this is a best of 5, so anything is possible. But with the mojo that they've got going, I honestly don't see blue team dropping another one. But let's see what happens.
Absolutely, and this is a best of 5, as you mentioned, and this could be, at minimum, made into a series again. All it takes is one little game win to get momentum rolling back for a squad. We've seen that in league play. We've seen that in exhibition play. We could possibly see it tonight. Big shout out real quick to Alec Big, who has gifted a tier 1 sub to the community. A wonderful community indeed that is well deserving of it.
Absolutely, thanks so much, the captain, Alec Big. I'm sure Night Leaper will appreciate that gifted sub. But yeah, no, like you were saying, we could theoretically be in for 3 more games just in this series alone, let alone the whole scramble. And that's an exciting prospect.
Absolutely, and it is going to be a hard road to follow if you are the orange team, but they are not going to give up here in game number 3, the most pivotal game of the series. The orange team is back against the wall. They are on the verge of getting swept if they lose this game. However, they do have plenty of chances left to try and even this series up. Lemur Arms with the kiss!
Look at how quick Lemur is into position. He doesn't hesitate at the fact that orange team has possession there from Ripple. He just reads the awkwardness of the touch as Ripple brings in midfield and just scoops it in for an early 1-0 lead. What a show.
My Rooster looking for a flick, gets it, what a save!
An amazing save from Fabrizi there. I think Wreck My Rooster didn't quite get the power that he wanted. Like, the ball didn't stick perfectly on his car, but just super impressive mechanical showing, and even more so from Fabrizi for that save.
Fabrizi now kicks it over to Ripple, who's in the air, can't get the touch that he quite wants, however, as we now see another offensive repertoire by the orange team trying to get something going as they find themselves trailing once again here. Game 2, they looked a lot better towards the overtime, but they now have to find themselves in position to take a lead.
The demo in the backfield almost throws the orange team out of sorts and may have just opened up the shot for Fabrizi. The savior for the orange team gets them out of yet another jam as he makes his way back into defense. Again, Ripple managing to thwart another shot from Wreck My Rooster.
RL Zombie up in the air trying to get something going, doesn't quite get it, however recovered. Corner, beautiful demo by Fabrizi, but the transition has already happened by the time he tries to open things up for his offense.
And I am liking more of what I'm seeing from Orange. Their positioning is more spaced out. They're making more prudent passes at the ball. Now they've just got to convert that defensive improvement into an offensive improvement as well. Let's see if they can get it done. And what a touch from Lemur in the defensive pinch. Definitely calculated, not at all by chance. Gets that ball out of the danger zone and into scoring opportunity as Fabrizi carries it in. Double commit on the defense, but unable to capitalize yet again as we go back into the midfield play.
Wreck My Rooster up, can't quite get the shot he wants. This is a little wide. RL Zombie off the sidewall. 2 minutes remain here. The orange team is on the verge of being swept here. And Joe, top corner, no!
and that was almost a heartbreaker for the orange team. But they have a minute and a half left. You know, they keep their heads about them, and they can very easily turn this as a slow lob from RL Zombie. Gets into dangerous position, and Joe2361 whiffs the save. But thankfully, Wreck My Rooster is there to pick up the pieces with another calculated fake aerial in the defense. RL Zombie controlling again on the side. Unable to get the touch, Joe2361 clears as Fabrizi tries to re-establish the offense.
With a look for the shot on there, couldn't quite get it. 1 minute, 10 seconds remain. The orange team needs a goal here to keep their night going. As we now see Fabrizi can't get the touch he wants. Looks like he was trying to shoot down at the net. Beautiful shot by Joe!
When RL Zombie assumed he was safe to go get boost, Joe2361 just transitioned that ball into the offensive half so quickly that he was just caught unawares. And that's just masterful ball control and recognition of the lay of the land from Joe2361.
And honestly, Zombie really almost got back there coming off the post as you saw in the replay, but nonetheless, it is a 2-goal deficit. Beautiful demo by Zombie, now getting a little payback, but now we see this clock ticking down, and the orange team looks like they're in trouble.
Yeah, they're gonna need a miracle at this point, but I've seen much crazier things. I think if they get two good solid possessions and they can make them effective, this could very easily be a ball game. But they've got to do it.
They need one now, just like you mentioned. Mass shot on, no, misses wide. Lieber in great position to stop that thing, and now they see themselves on the defensive end, which is not what they need. Nail in the coffin.
And it is all over, ladies and gentlemen. Wreck My Rooster will put it into just an unsavable position for Lemur Arms to just catapult that into the orange net, ending the orange team's chances at advancement in this scramble.
Absolutely great showing all around by the orange squad. However, they will find themselves at the end of the brooms here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, getting swept by this blue team who find themselves in the finals and waiting for this next match to get underway.
Yeah, really impressive showing from both teams, honestly. I think this game was the only real blowout. The other two were very close, very competitive. You know, really useful information to be gleaned from both of these matchups, and just an impressive showing all around.
Absolutely, and ladies and gentlemen, while we wait for the next squads to get lined up here, courtesy of my colleague Massimune, we are going to get this lobby ready to go for match number 2, this best of 5, the one that probably a lot of people are going to have their eyes on, strictly because of one man, Kuchao.
Absolutely. I think, you know, he's honestly one of the most exhibited players in this league, right? He's shown in that once tournament. So I think he's definitely going to be the high flyer. He's definitely going to be the one that everybody's going to be looking out for. But I think that is a perfect opportunity for other players to step into the limelight and show off, because they're not going to be expecting anybody other than Kuchao to go for crazy plays. So now is the time.
Agree more. I honestly, you know, and that's honestly such a great point. I think that, you know, it's the guys that you're not expecting that come out and make these big plays. I think Joe2361 is a prime example of that.
Yeah, I mean, I will not mince words. I was not expecting much of anything from Joe2361, and that was, you know, not particularly inclusive of me. That was purely based off of his QRLS rating. This man is rated 96, right? He's a 96. That is that is tied for the lowest rated individual currently on a team, right? That would be Night Leaper,
Jet.
captain of the Cyclones. Wait, no. Oh yeah, you're right. The Jet is 87, so pretty close to the lowest. But he showed up in spades. So don't take for granted these lower rated players. They've got a lot to offer.
Game 2 underway here between these two star-studded matchup teams. Between the blue team, we have Avoidable Clown, Wanted Toaster, and Panda 240X SX, the veteran. And on the orange team, we have Kachow, Paxton, and the veteran Bearded 4L. And a shot on no! Missed wide by Clown. That net looked real wide. But instead, we see this thing going the other way. Already such a fast pace in this game here, Massamu.
Yeah, you can tell that these guys were watching that last game and they're just amped. They're pumped to show off what they've got, and I wouldn't have it any other way. This is exactly what we came here to see.
Absolutely great showing here so far, not only on the field but on the stream. Beautiful demo!
Clown with the snipe demo in the midfield. Like, I think you've got possession. Clown has something to say about that.
Paxton now does a great job to challenge their for the orange team as they now transition. Bearded, the veteran, the all-time leader in saves at one point in his career. And what a save by Paxton! What control!
What a save. This man has ice within his veins in a strange direction. And what a flick! Oh my word. What was it? Was that was Kachow? Kachow with a 2v1 flick in the midfield over two defenders. What a showing from this man. But yeah, as we were saying, Paxton with, awkwardly positioned, the ball behind him with an attacker in full control, manages to keep his cool and deflect it perfectly. This is already turning out to be a barn burner. It hasn't been 2 minutes yet.
A 1-goal deficit indeed off a beautiful sequence by the orange team. Sees them ahead in best of 5 match game number 1. Modern Toast looked for the nice shot to pitch that in. Avoidable Clown. No! What a save by Kachow.
They've got to be doing this on purpose. That's 2 incredible goal line saves from the orange team in a row. They must be going for a record, or maybe they're just trying to give us all heart attacks. Who knows?
That one honestly looks like it might have forced the savior to be pushed in with the ball at hyperspeed. Maybe that was just a negative. What a save and a beautiful demo by Clown to stop the offensive pressure. But we now see Paxton patiently waiting at the mid. Can't quite get the touch he wants. Turns on it. But now the orange team still finds themselves in position to score here.
Great awareness from Paxton as Bearded just tries to muscle that into the net with the America F-150. I love it. But Panda loves that goal even more. Watch this control. Recognizes he's got all the time in the world after that demo from Wanted Toast. Gives him just, he just opens up the runway for a beautiful half volley.
Great job there as we now see an even score line. The net's open and Toast gives the blue team the advantage.
Wanted Toast facilitates the last goal with the demo and just perfectly positions that around the kickoff from the orange team. This guy looks like he's fitting to be the Joe 2361 of this matchup.
Toast now again on the face-off, but this time Bearded with that very Uncle Sam F-150, trying to get that double, can't quite get there. Panda with the nice save. A little Clown looked like he was going to try to redirect, but no one home.
And a slowdown of action here as Wanted Toast very bravely, as the third man in the midfield, pops that over an attacker. But now you see both teams kind of recognizing that, their own potential is a little bit too dangerous to be doing all that high flying. But let's see who's the first to buckle under this pressure.
Chow puts one on. What great positioning there to even this game up.
Oh, and an incredibly effective pass from Panda just sets that up perfectly for Kachow. From Paxton, sets that up perfectly for Kachow.
We see a tie game here. 148 remains. There is so much time left on the clock for something to happen. However, wants to toast with a nice pass. Panda can't quite get there.
It's starting to speed up. We've got a tied game here, ladies and gentlemen, with a demo. Ka-Chow is left in ashes as Bearded 4L puts the ball in a dangerous position. It's a slow floater into the front of the net, but Ka-Chow, this man is everywhere, lobbing balls into the blue net. Who will stop him?
Avoidable Clown with the nice clear off the back wall. He is also a Rookie of the Season finalist. He played all season for the Headhunters franchise, now known as the Vibe Clan, to have rebranded for Season 5. Brand new logo, brand new identity, same good old captain, Toaster, who now is one of the leaders of the squad the way he envisions with good vibes. Less than a minute remaining, still a tie game here. A little back and forth action. Orange team trying to get something going here back in their own net. And we now see the transition here by Beard.
Starting to see some panicky plays from both squads here as the clock starts winding down. This is almost overtime levels of stress because they know that one goal could mean the end of a matchup. Nobody wants to be the first to make that misplay as wanted toast. Oh, just a beam of a pass into the midfield. Not even the offense is prepared for that one.
Right clear by Panda 240, who is also a league veteran in his own right. Former most improved player of the season winner back in season 1. And a shot on by Panda. Nobody home. Great save by Ka-Chow. Wanted toast. Another save. This time by Paxton.
We've got overtime again, ladies and gentlemen. Just like the wheels on that F-150, things are getting ready to blow up here in this rip-roaring matchup. God, if those look like wheels that Psyonix would release for season rewards. That's how terrible those are.
I honestly love the dynamite wheels there. It's very America, if you ask me, by Bearded 4L. With time ticking up this time, the next goal will win this game. It's only game 1 here of the second match of the first round of this free agent scramble. And you gotta think the team that won last match is watching very closely.
Absolutely. These teams are so evenly matched, and a beautiful demo in the blue half opens up the offense again as Bearded. What a touch! What an angle with that truck! How is that even possible with that ridiculous hitbox that car has? That he angles it so perfectly. A beautiful shot from Bearded to give Orange the dub.
Absolutely great play all around by Orange. This is a best of 5, and we now see them take a 1-game advantage here to start off this series. And this honestly is going to be a fun one if the next 2 or even 3 or 4 games end up like this.
Absolutely, and you know the scoreline might the scoreline might make you think that Ka-Chow put the Orange team on his back, but you know, we were seeing clutch saves from Paxton, the game-winning shot and goal from Peter 4L. So as we mentioned in the beginning of you know, in the pregame of this is the opportunity for those lesser known or you know, guys that don't have as much expected of them to shine, and we're seeing that yet again.
Absolutely. A lot of great play there. I think Paxton really showed out on the defensive end, rotated very solidly, knew his role there, and obviously Bearded showing out very good, the veteran that he is. Obviously one of the best guys we like to see here in the QRLS.
Absolutely. You know, the experience factor definitely coming into play again, although we do have 2 prior QRLS veterans on the blue team, which might help outweigh the you know, the mechanical prowess of Ka-Chow on Orange team, and I think that balance is exactly why we see such a close matchup.
And game 2 is now underway as we now see a nice back post opportunity. What a save by Ka-Chow there. And ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to Lemur Arms, who has officially subscribed to the Twitch channel.
Thanks a lot, Lemur, for your 2-month subscription. And of course, congratulations on your matchup, victory. Good luck in the final series. As Panda goes up for the slow lob over Wanted Toast, not letting that ball go back on defense. The blue team is just not allowing this ball to get on their side, and as soon as I say that, there it goes.
We saw a good clear, though, by Avoidable Clown. The veteran, as we said, he just finished his rookie season of the QRLS and did a very good job on that headliner squad. Panda puts it in.
Great awareness from Panda to recognize the awkwardness from the clear there, and you know, I want to shout out Clown there, because it's very tempting after you miss that center ball to, you know, want to hang around, try to make something of the play, but no, he recognized that his team was pushing the offense, and he did the correct thing, which is get back on defense, and that, you know, that's how you avoid those booming shots from slowly, you know, wandering into your net, which can be so disheartening.
Great catch there by Avoidable Clown off the sidewall. He's looking for something spicy here in the air. Tries to get the 50. Great coverage by Kachow, but this one's off the ceiling. Awkward touch here by Paxton. 2-goal lead.
Wonderful positioning there from Avoidable Clown. You saw two blue team members going for it, and that misdirection can completely throw a defense off. But the positioning there on the shot from Clown was just immaculate, as we see blue team start to push the lead.
This is a absolutely successful free agent scramble if I've ever seen one, and it's only the second game of the second match, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for joining us here on your very busy and important Tuesday night as Avoidable Clown puts one in, and this is the tale of two different games here, Mass.
Avoidable Clown is just unavoidable on the field. What a shot over Paxton. Even his goal line defense was no match following that beautiful pass from Wanted Toast. Just a completely different story from game one. You could really tell that they've adapted. And what a bump by Toast. You know, sometimes those big trucks can get in the way of everything, not just, you know, making you obnoxious in a parking lot. And Wanted Toast made Bearded pay for that.
Big save there by Bearded and his immaculate America truck. And we see a beautiful demo by Panda on Kachow to stop that offensive pressure. And now we see Panda try to shoot one, misses wide. Can't quite get there. The blue team looks like a different animal.
Absolutely. You just see them taking the ball off the wall, aerialing as much as possible, going for shots from awkward angles. Just everything imaginable under the sun to put the stress on the orange team. But you see Kachow has had enough of that and is trying to give us a show here.
Yeah, great angle there by Kachow. Did a good job to force that thing in past the defense. 2-goal deficit just past the halfway mark of this game. It is game number 2 here of this best of 5 series between these two free agent squads who are looking to raise their draft stock for QRLS Season 5. What a play by Wanted Toast! Where did he come from?
That may be the save of the scramble so far. You know, right up there with Paxton's frozen heart goal line save of the last game. Just the defense on display in both of these series has just been outrageous.
And ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think of the new overlay that we have debuted here tonight. That will be our new Season 5 overlay, and we have so much in store for content for you guys for Season 5. It is going to be so much fun. Double tap opportunity by Kachow, another save, this time by Panda.
Their team is just everywhere. I would have bet large quantities of money and or real estate that Kachow was putting that in the bottom right corner of the blue net. But yet again, I'm proven wrong as Kachow tries to restabilize the orange team's offense.
Paxton looks for the shot. Great 50 there by Avoidable Clown. And, you know, one of the best things about casting these games, Massamude, is that we get proven wrong all the time, and it only makes it better. Double tap by Kachow.
That is an understatement and a half, as Kachao recognizes the awkward clear off the ceiling bounce and gives himself a bounce off that crossbar for the second goal of the game. With 57 seconds remaining, this is all of a sudden a match where it was a blowout just a minute ago.
Bearded puts one on right over the top of Clown, who now evens this game up for the orange team.
And and Clown was just, what could he do there? He was so far away from the ball, and Bearded just seems to teleport to it off an unfortunate 50-50 against the blue team. All he could do was sit there and watch as Bearded just slots that perfectly.
Want to toast look for the flip reset 50 there, but to no avail. We have a tie game. The blue team giving up 3 in a row here in the late stages of this one, starting just at the halfway point. But now we have a back and forth game, a potential overtime game. Toast looking for the 50, can't quite get it by Kachao.
Blue team's got to find that magic that they had in the first few seconds, because it looks like Orange is building up momentum, and look at all this time that they're giving him. A demo after that flick from Kachao. They've really got to get their heads back in this game, and Panda will set it up. Oh, what a shot!
Whoa!
What a pass from Panda to get it over the last defensive man. Paxton was unable to get back for that. He valiantly got what appeared to be a 50 against Clown there, but the speed was too quick. We are all tied up, ladies and gentlemen.
Pixels, Massimune. Pixels away from that thing hitting the ground, but instead Avoidable Clown seals the hat trick to put this thing to an even series 1-1. Wow.
What an absolute masterclass from Clown and the blue team. That was really, really impressive, and honestly just a great showing from both teams. Orange team's mentality to not just give up when, with what was about a minute and 45 seconds remaining, they're down 3-0, and then they just bring it back to what was almost a forced overtime. That was just incredibly impressive. I could not be happier with how these games are turning out.
We have ourselves a series now, ladies and gentlemen, and it is going to be a good one. We absolutely cannot stress enough how excited we are for Season 5, and it is going to be the best season of QRLS yet. Don't forget to check out the Discord, the Facebook, the YouTube, and the merch store for more QRLS. We are going to have at least one more exhibition event before Season 5 starts. More than likely more, just because of the high demand and all the great players in this community. Massimune, it's game number 3 here. The pivotal game 3, as I like to call it. Even series. Avoidable Clown puts one up. Lazy floater. Nice save on the back wall by Kachao. Who do you think has the advantage after coming out of game 2 like that?
Geez. That's probably the most difficult question of the night. Right now, just from these first few seconds, the orange team seems to have just found a new vigor. I think I've seen 2 demos already in the first 30 seconds. But who's to say how this will turn out? Wanted Toast going for the control, flip resetting, fakes the team, and just dunks the third man. He's a one-man band.
Oh my gosh, Mass, look at what's happening here. This is insane.
Utter chaos on the goal line. He does it himself. What a shot. What a fake.
Great job there by Toast. He really, in all seriousness, going up to that play when he came around the left side of the net, he really had good control there getting the pass off. But then he just ends up with it again off the clear and floats that thing in.
Yeah, when the first defender missed it and it fell directly in front of Toast, you could tell immediately that both defenders expected a chip shot. So they both just lunged at it, but Toast just sat there and let them flail themselves out of position. What a shot.
What a shot opportunity, but a great 50 there by Kachal to stop that thing from going in. We now see Panda at the mid, trying to corral this thing back and forth here. Blue team corrals. Wanted Toast. Again looking for the spicy fakes. This time gets it by Bearded. Paxton up the sidewall. Great clear into the offensive zone. Dangerous touch, but a great clear by Avoidable Clown. What a sequence back and forth by both of these teams.
Great awareness there from Clown to recognize the risky defensive center off the sidewall. Those can always, can most of the time be disastrous, but Clown handles it well. As another booming shot goes into the blue half. Now another full volley into the orange half. We're playing tennis out in this field tonight.
Beautiful demo by Panda, puts the orange team down a man, as we see now the blue team trying to get another one in, trying to put another dagger in the hearts of this orange squad who won game 1, but found themselves losing at 0 seconds in game number 2 in this even best of 5 series.
Wanted Toast is just trying to 50-50 the orange team into oblivion, and he's doing a pretty good job of it, as it seems. They can't seem to find a good offensive push. A crazy pinch from Clown almost goes in by itself.
Bearded bangs that one in off of the great patience that we saw after that pinch. There's the pinch, there's the patience by Bearded, and he just sees the C's part and then puts one right down the middle.
It was a subtle flick of the stick. He moves his car left to give the ball upward and right momentum following the chip shot. You could tell that the defender was expecting a half volley, expecting a jump shot, but Bearded just slightly moves to the left to get around. That is a pro level shot there.
Absolutely great job there by the veteran. Bearded for El Kachal tries to put one on. This is a little wide. That was a tough aim and a tough shot in the air. You see now Bearded pushing this thing offensively. Pressure alive, wanted Toast look for the redirect, couldn't quite get it. Kachal, nice and patient, and gets himself a savior in this game. Off the sidewall now, looking for a pass. Paxton's there. What great defense by Avoidable Clown.
And it seemed like time slowed down in the air there as Paxton lunged up for that pinch into the net. But the unfortunate half of those long air dribbles is that gives the defense some good time to plan how to counter it.
Avoidable Clown now gets another save, trying to push this thing offensively. The ball stays at the mid. Paxton now up in the air, looks for the 50, doesn't quite get it. As we now see again at the mid, clear advantage here. The minute 5 remaining, it's a tie ball game. Are we going to see another finish like last time?
I would be astonished if we didn't see some overtime or some fireworks. Come on, Bearded, light off those wheels. We need to see the sparks flying.
And Kachal with the beautiful 50 there. What control!
And he answers immediately. The pinch off the ground, recognizes the awkward touch from Clown, and just like he said in the chat, I hate how beautiful that was.
A beautiful 50 indeed. 1 goal deficit here in game number 3. Avoidable Clown gets a beautiful demo on Kachal, as we now see the blue team have a man advantage. Wanted Toast tries to get the 50. Can't quite get the shot he wants. Panda creeping up offensively. Wanted Toast now. Paxton with the flick. What a save there by Avoidable Clown. 30 seconds remain here, Mass. Blue team needs pressure.
Exactly what I was about to say. On that last push and the misplay from Orange, there were 2 blue members on their own, in their own net. These are the times where you have to push. Your series is on the line here.
We see now 10 seconds remain. Ball still in the air. We saw a 0 second last time. Are we going to see another? Ice in the veins!
Paxton coming out of nowhere. Look at the read. Look at that. That actually touched the ceiling, and it's the backspin of the ball slowed it down so it didn't go as far infield. What a read from the rookie.
We see now a 2-goal deficit, and this one's all but over, as the orange team will take the advantage here going into game number 4 as they take a 2-1 series lead.
Absolutely, and yeah, no, I definitely could not have called that. Very even score lines. Very even performance. It just seemed like the blue teams, their rotations were kind of falling apart that last minute. They didn't seem really capable of finding the boost pads. I wasn't too sure if Orange was just stealing them adequately or they just weren't pathing very efficiently. But Orange just in the last minute just came alive, bearded with an incredible, uh, misdirection chip shot. Kachow with the ground pinch into the dunk on avoidable clown. Those are some highlight reel plays.
Absolutely great stuff. Both teams playing so good here tonight. I still don't know if there's really a true advantage for either side, even after that one.
Absolutely, I would not bet against going to Champions Field on a game 5. That would that would be pretty great. But Kachow, maybe it's getting close to his bedtime. Maybe he wants to call it quits early. So let's see who comes out ahead.
We will see. This is a pivotal match indeed. We see now the Orange team, if they win this game, they advance to the final. The blue team looking to force a game 5 here, and they definitely have the potential to do so as we are underway. Avoidable clown passes to himself. What a save by Bearded 4L!
Just this man is Nostradamus. He is definitely a time traveler because there's no way he could have pre-jumped that save. Amazing predictive powers from Bearded.
Another big save by Bearded! That one was pixels in the net already! What is this guy on here, man?
I don't think that he actually left that spot. I think he saw both balls going into that exact same position and he's like, well, I don't have to move. They're just going to shoot it right at this giant truck that I've parked in the middle of the net.
Beautiful demo by Avoidable Clown as they are now down up a man here defensively, but nonetheless, Bearded can't get the clear he wants. Avoidable Clown in transition now looking for something spicy, passes it over, but Kachow with a great defensive lead.
Yeah, you definitely want to get a little bit more spice on those chip shots when you're going up against Kachow, or keep it closer to your car because that man, he's definitely hooked on phonics, so he just reads everything.
Kachow with a textbook save. Lazy roll now into the sidewall. Looking for something spicy. Possible solo play, double tap. No, nobody home. Wanted Toast can't get the clear, however. As Paxton now, slow roller, misses a little high and wide. And now the blue team patiently with the nice roll there by Avoidable Clown. But we still see this peppering pressure of the Orange team, and it continues.
Full challenge from Paxton there. He was at a disadvantage with 2 blue team members and his team nowhere to be found, but he recognizes that sometimes waiting can be a recipe for disaster. Great defensive showing from the Orange team.
Panda now puts one towards the net. Kachow, another great touch. Oh, dangerous touch there off the ceiling. Those are always heart-skipping shots there as they bounce right in front of the net. But fortunately for the Orange team, that one was a boomer up and down.
Yeah, Clown really wants revenge after that dunk that Kachow gave him in the last game. We could see that clearly. But Kachow going for the control, met by a brick wall of wanted toast. Never thought I'd say that in my life. As the blue team, the blue team once again sends it into the defense, or into the defensive half. But Kachow is just relentless.
Wanted Toast trying to get the clear, can't quite get it. Kachow pushes it towards the center field. Wanted Toast with a nice redirect to push the thing offensively. But Paxton with a boomer of a clear. That one's on net. No, misses wide.
Look at the distance that this Orange team is keeping from each other. They're not bunching up at all. They're keeping their distance from each other. It's really calculated and disciplined Rocket League that we're seeing.
Nice clear there into the offensive zone. Kachow looking for a redirect with a save by Avoidable Clown. Wanted Toast gets in there. Beautiful demo by Panda to get Kachow out of there. And off the near post, Paxton almost put a dagger in as we are still scoreless.
And now an awkward ball off the top bar. Look at that 50 from Paxton. That is insane.
Chow looked for the double tap, couldn't quite get it as he missed the near post. Big bump there. Blue team now looking for everything they can to get out of their defensive half. But the orange team is just continuing this pressure. But the demo there by the blue team sees them now on offense. Great pass and another demo this time. Chow gets a savior once again.
What a save from Toast to get that ball out of the danger zone. But Kachow is just, he is ever present. He just seems to be anywhere that the ball is going. What a slow pop over the defense. And the last man, the savior, Avoidable Clown, gets it out of danger again.
Slow roller, Panda looks for the 50, doesn't get it by Paxton. 40 seconds remain. Wanted Toast off that sidewall, looking for something spicy, gets the touch, misses wide!
And we've still got goose eggs on the scoreboard with 30 seconds remaining. You've got to think that their hearts are just beating out of their chest as we wind down here. What a touch from Paxton.
Redirect by Paxton there, Bass. Wow!
Oh my word. I have no words for what I'm witnessing right now.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if the orange team loses, or if the orange team wins, I'm sorry, they do win the series. So the blue team is back against the walls here, and we see now this one's a slow roller in front of the net. Great clear by Toast. The clock's at 0. Can we see it? Overtime.
Rocket League is the best kind of Rocket League, as Bearded and Wanted Toast push the attack, and the ball is Kachow's to put into the net, but Paxton will back him up. You just see just peppering shots, and there's no one on defense, and what a demo! Paxton, you monster! Holy crap, what is that? Look at this, that
was a game, that was a match! Winning demo by Paxton. Holy cow. This one is all over.
That is grand champ level awareness from a player currently rated 79 in the free agent pool. If that tells you anything about just the wild cards that we've got in this free agent lineup for the draft, it seems like every match and every series we're finding new things, which is exactly what we anticipated. Great game from the orange team, great game from everybody involved.
The series really does not reflect how close these two teams really were in the long run. Great job by both sides. This was so much fun to watch. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't proud of Paxton there with that game-winning demo. What an insane play. The goal was the easy part there, Mass.
Literally, I don't think that Paxton could have underhanded pitched that any more to Kachow. I honestly started sweating a little bit for Kachow, because that was probably the openest net he's ever had to make in his life. And when those spotlights are on you, that's when when the demons come out, the crossbar demons. But he handled it like a pro after just a stellar demo from Paxton.
And as we await for these two teams to hit the field in this final match, obviously there's been a little bit of rest for the team that won the first match, but this team that we just saw of Kachow and obviously Paxton, and then their very, very glorious teammate there, of Bearded 4L in that very beautiful America truck. They are going to be coming fresh off a game. Who do you think has the advantage? The one with the team with the rest, or the team that just came off the field off a very exciting series?
It's hard to say, because Lemur's team just, I say Lemur's team, nobody's the captain, but just because he's the vet on the field, his team was just dominant. Right? They swept their respective game, and obviously they've had some rest, and just looking at the discussion board here, it looks like some nerves are going through through Kachow's squad. So I think I'm giving Lemur Arms the edge at least in game 1, but I'm not brave enough to make any more calls after that.
That was obviously a blast to watch indeed. And now we have the final match underway. Best of 5 here, ladies and gentlemen. And we are a-go. Both of these squads have won their respective series. We will see which one comes out on top here tonight. Wreck My Rooster, Kachow, Bearded, Lemur, Paxton, and last but most certainly not least, Joe2361. Honestly, this in hindsight here, Matt, this is almost kind of a mirror match in terms of the players on the field.
Yeah, I was actually about to mention just that. You've got a high-rated mechanical player in Kachow and Wreck My Rooster. You've got the low-rated, and let me jump back into the match here, because as I'm trying to describe it, Joe2361, the quote-unquote low-rated rookie, just what a pinch with the defense. Joe2361 again, just coming in clutch. But as I was saying, so he matches up perfectly with Paxton in his amazing performance in the last game, and Lemur Arms and Bearded, the veterans of the QRLS. I could not have asked for a better turnout if I had scripted it myself.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Great teams, great matchups here. We're going to see who has the advantage, and so far, it's Lemur Arms and his orange squad taking a 1-goal lead here in game number 1. His best of 5 series. Off that post, and Wreck My Rooster puts it in!
A gorgeous read off that top, that just curved section of the... Actually, no, it just touches the ceiling, and then the crossbar angles it in just perfectly and perfectly awkwardly for the defense, giving the orange squad a 2-up. And my prediction is holding strong, little bucket.
Absolutely, but you know how our track records hold up here in the booth in terms of predictions, because I'm pretty sure it's a losing fight if we had tallied up everyone ever in history. But nonetheless, the orange squad has a 2-goal lead, and they are looking very good right now. As Wreck My Rooster up in the air once again, can't get the touch that he wants, but this one stays in the offensive zone. He goes for the boost. Nice patient corral here by the blue team. Back and forth here now at the mid. Oh, this one's a dangerous roller, but Bearded is right there to push that thing.
Brickball is always turned into a sledgehammer in the orange team's net. You can see the orange squad has pushed that 50-50, put way too much weight on it, and Bearded pops it high, shoots it fast, and makes this a game worth watching. Kachow came back, brought his squad back from a 3-0 deficit with a minute and a half remaining, so we've got 3 minutes left on a 1-goal game. There's definitely time for my prediction to be just utterly dismantled.
Wreck My Rooster pushes it in. Pressure. Bearded puts another one on net, and he misses wide. I thought that one was going in.
Absolutely, but the fourth orange member, the sidebar, yet again comes in clutch for the orange team as Paxton tries to center it away from the offensive push. A little bit of confusion now as teams try to reconfigure their rotations here.
2:10 remaining. Lemur with a great clear, but Bearded up off that back post. Another great clear, this time by Wreck My Rooster off the back wall. Kachow! What a save by Lemur Arms! There was no space for him to leave.
You see just high-flying aerial acrobatics here, but nobody really able to put a laser on net. You gotta wonder who is going to be the first to get a smooth rotation going, because it seems like we're basically making a match out of misplays as Lemur Arm again takes advantage of an awkward rotation and just slowed defense speed to get back, and the red team is again pulling away.
Great job there. As we see now the orange team taking a big lead. What a pass by Joe, right to Rooster.
The speed that he had to flick that ball off the side net, recognizing that most likely there was somebody attacking, and he just flicks it over the defense. Joe 2361. This man has to be smurfing. There's no. I can't believe that this is that this guy's rated 96. He is raising his draft stock up immensely.
Absolutely a valuable player so far that we've seen. One that could very well be a diamond in the rough, as is the story in all major sports league drafts. There is always at least one, and it could possibly be him. He saw himself on a roster at the beginning, early stages of the season, but it did not pan out, and Lemur Arms just puts one in. What are we witnessing?
Just a textbook shot. You know, he got a little fortunate there. The ball perfectly hit that bottom lip of the wall for a really nice wind up to that chip shot. But the speed and precision that he put that in, that was all Lemur Arm, baby.
We see now another pass. Paxton looked for the shot, couldn't quite get through the pass by Bearded. Jones rotates out, Lemur keeps the pressure alive. By Rooster, puts it towards the middle of the net. Can't quite get the shot on Paxton off the sidewall now. Doing something good, can't quite get the touch. And with 35 seconds remaining, the Orange team. What a save by Rooster! Wow.
Yeah, you gotta think that blue team is just thinking about a way to establish some sort of momentum going into game 2, because it is just a runaway freight train on the Lemur Arm squad right now.
10 seconds remain and game 1 will conclude with a 4-goal deficit. This is the biggest deficit we've seen all night so far, Massimo. How do you think this team will respond, especially on the heels of only scoring 1 goal?
You know, I think that it's completely possible that these were nerves from the previous game. Kachal put it in the discussion board that he was literally shaking for that last game, and understandably so, because that previous matchup was just was pulse pounding. So you could definitely attribute some of their lackluster showing to that. So no, I think that this was indicative of the crazy mojo that Lemur Arms teams has, and a combination of that with some nerves. So I think game 2 is going to be much more indicative of how close these teams really are.
Absolutely, it is going to be a fun one for sure. And honestly, the shot totals, as you can see, dead even.
Yeah, 6 shots. Obviously, the accuracy and power of those are what make the difference. But I think that the mental game of Kachal's squad is definitely on par. So let's see what they bring to the table here.
Game number 2 underway here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to check out all the platforms we've been mentioning all night long to help support this channel and help support this league, because without you guys, none of this is possible. Paxton on a nice cheat there, but a 50 by Lemur sees this one already coming out of the gates quick by both teams. At the mid now, Kachal, back post opportunity, no one there to take the shot as Rooster gets a clear, but Paxton trying to get the seat to go into the back of the net. Slow roller off the ceiling, and what back and forth action already in the defensive end of the Orange team.
And amazing awareness from Kachal there to just slightly touch it back for Beater for the shot, but unable to fully capitalize. And now we're seeing basically the exact same thing on the blue half. peppering shots that wind up in no goal and a turnover of possession. These teams are just feeling each other out right now. And an unfortunate, that was almost disastrous as Paxton involuntarily backs up into his teammate. But now, Kachao pushing the offense.
Blue team now trying to get the offense going. 4 minutes remain here. Plenty of time in game number 2. As the orange team has the series advantage right now, 1-0 after taking a dominating game 1 victory over this blue squad. We now see a sequence here by the orange team trying to get a pass as Lemur arms, but to no avail. 350 there by Joe. Looking for the pass. What a fake. It looks like he purposely stopped boosting there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he recognized that he was beat because he had 70 plus boost. He definitely could have gone for that. So just wonderful vision from Joe2361 to not give up his positioning.
And a great flick opportunity by Rooster gets thwarted by the defense. We see now the blue team trying to get something going here as they were able to find the back of the net once in this last game. And now we look to see them try to kick things back up here in game number 2. What a 50 by Paxton, trying to keep this pressure alive. That is the kind of fiery plays that gets you excited. Beautiful demo by Kachao, or by Paxton.
Paxton is he's just a car-seeking missile out there, and it's the great thing is that he's not just doing it, for no reason. He's calculating when that demo is not going to put him out of position. But Lemur, I have no idea how he managed to beat two blue players and then get up the ball past the third there. His speed is just on another level tonight.
Yeah, that was a beamer towards the net as the orange team takes another 1-goal lead here in game number 2 of this best of 5 series. I want to bring it back to Paxton just real quick. You mentioned the efficiency of the demos, not just the mindless games of the demos. That is very, very fine line to walk in terms of a lot of people's opinions on how to play, but when executed correctly, it can be very dangerous on the field.
Definitely. Demos are, they're I've said this before on a stream, but they're just a mechanic of Rocket League. So getting tilted at a demo is just it's a easy way to give your opponent an advantage. So use them to your advantage.
Yeah, very reminiscent of one of the greats, wink wink, if I should say so myself, is Paxton.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Great job here by the blue team to get the pressure on, and they tie this game up.
And I think that was off of a beautiful pass from Paxton. Look at that, just the softest of touches. It would have been so tempting to just beam that into the corner and hope for a mid, for a center infield pass. But no, he recognizes the Kachao is near him and he's full boost or high boost, so he just gently touches it to give him possession. Just crazy insight from all of these rookie players.
We now see some more pressure by the orange team. Paxton now, possible flick! Can't quite get it by, as he's really playing very well. There's been a lot of players tonight, not only tonight, quite frankly, but in the first free agent scramble as well, that seem to be playing well.
Absolutely, and as I mentioned earlier, it's difficult to really assess how players are going to play when those lights are on them, right? Especially ones that we don't have any season performance in them, so we really only just use their MMR. But playing in a streamed QRLS matchup is just completely different, as is evidenced tonight. Your nerves are just on a whole nother level of being on fire, and for some people it makes them play crazily, and for other people it gives them the heebie-jeebies. And Kachao appears to have overcome his heebie-jeebies, because that was just a speedy as you like aerial to slot that into the orange net. 38 seconds remaining and blue team is on top.
Absolutely, they're looking to even up the series here in game number 2. Paxton, dangerous touch here. This one could be a good opportunity for the orange squad, but they have to capitalize with 30 seconds if they want to force this overtime. And now we see another dangerous roll to Chow off the back wall. What patience there.
I actually love the pressure from Joe2361 there. You know, it's stigmatized in Rocket League that, you know, you don't cut rotation, hit the ball, and then rotate out, and that is just a very narrow-minded way to approach it there. As the blue team takes the dub, you gotta credit their pressure. When it makes sense for you to cut rotation and keep possession, that's just what you got to do, and that's what we're seeing out of these players.
Even series here, much different stat line than we saw in game 1. You know, this is very reminiscent of the blue team's first match. There's no clear-cut advantage after 2 games.
Absolutely. You know, it was pretty one-sided game 1, but as is evidenced by the blue team dub here, those nerves seem to be settling down. I think that Kachow's, Paxton, and Bearded squad is like on the level of season 4 clarity in terms of mental stability and an adaptation. So I mean, I'd take that that squad into a firefight any day. So I definitely wouldn't put it past them to just sweep the remaining games in the series.
Absolutely. We're going to see how this plays out here, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3, the pivotal game number 3. Trademark it, do whatever you got to do. This is the debatably most important match of this series. This could be a turning point for both of these teams, especially now that they are even keeled 1-1. Here we go. We've got underway. Orange team already getting themselves into the group. Oh, bumped into the clear there as Lemur Arms got a little bit more mustard than he would have ordered.
Kachow, you know, going with the maybe the tilt factor, trying to get the orange team off their game, but it backfires there as Lemur Arms just gets into perfect position and just scoops it right out from Paxton's car. Paxton tees it up, and Lemur Arm lays it down for a 1-goal lead.
There's one person in this league that you will not bother with these bumps and demos. It is Lemur Arms. Trust me, I've played with him very often. This guy is so even-keeled, so calm and collected, and he shows it right there on that boomer goal. 1-0 here. 4:22 remaining in game number 3. At the advantage on the scoreboard, but in the series, it is dead tied, 1-1. Beautiful save there by Lemur Arms on the weak side of his defensive post. And now we see Kachow trying to get something going by himself offensively. Paxton can't get the touch he wants, but Kachow puts one on! What a save by Lemur Arms.
And now you see the ball floating back into the blue half, but Bearded, patient as ever, just annoying on the midfield, unwilling to let that ball go into his half.
We now see a nice opportunity. Lemur trying to put it towards the top of shot. He couldn't quite get there. Just high. We see a beautiful demo by Lemur Arms.
Some confusion on rotations on the blue half. You know, you're starting to see some of these players bunch up, and that's a dangerous proposition when the skill level and the player performance is this close. You really want to stay wide. Great patience there from Paxton to recognize the ground pinch attempt.
And another demo.
What a pass!
Respawn, and what a dangerous opportunity, but no one was there, man.
Somebody, the blue team's really got to start respecting Paxton's ability here. That was just a cracked infield pass around 2 defenders, and what a shot from Kachow! The softest of touches, just slots it perfectly under the defender. Lemur Arms, who was just speeding back but unable to plant his feet for that flip. Wonderful awareness from Kachow there.
Absolutely, and we have a tie game now. Blue team trying to get that that save there. Great job by Beard to get that one. Great clear by Michelle. Now see a dangerous opportunity. Rooster pushes this one in the offensive zone. And 2:26 remaining. Halfway. We have Typhoon managed so far. On squad after that. Dangerous goal. What an opportunity by Kachau.
Yeah, and you see, as soon as they start widening their rotations and conversing, relaying their attacks, they start to shift momentum onto their side. So let's see if Orange team can counteract that by doing the same.
Blue team now keeping the offense going. Time in the world to push us through the offense. Ball is in the mid. Kachau wins the 50
What a fake.
over Rooster, and now we see an offensive opportunity again. By Lima, who's playing very more high flying, if you will.
Absolutely, and with a demo on the goal line, you've got to think that you need to take advantage of that. But Joe2361, perhaps the nerves of this pivotal game 3 getting to him, but he's unable to hit that with the power that we've seen him capable of doing. Now, with 1 minute remaining, you've got to think that their blood is just boiling in their veins. They want that last goal. They need that last goal. And Kachau positions it ever so dangerously in the middle of the net.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking for another bar down, but nonetheless, this game is still tied. The pressure has been non-stop by this blue team here for the last minute or so, and we will see if the orange team can finally react. Another push in the offensive zone by Paxton. We now see a volley, but it's in the orange side's defensive zone, and finally they get the clear they need. 30 seconds remain. Wrecked by Rooster. This is a dangerous one. Lemur puts one on. No, misses wide.
Oh, that was a great chance for Lemur. The defense was in shambles, but he's unable to get the corner of his car. Oh, and an unfortunate bump by Wreck My Rooster. Is he able to control? He is, with a 50 from the gods. He manages to safeguard the offensive chances of the orange team as Kachau pushes us into overtime.
Absolutely, this one hits a blade of grass, and we are going to next goal win. Sudden death rules here in Rocket League overtime. We will see who wins this pivotal game number 3 to take a 2-1 series lead as we are underway. Kachau off that sidewall. Rooster now pushing it into the offensive zone. No, Kachau puts one on net. What a save by Joe2361. Beautiful demo!
And you gotta think Kachau took advantage of that high ball, and ball cam likely hiding his approach and just perfectly positions that demo. But this is dangerous. Kachau expecting the shot. Brilliant as always on defense. But now Paxton backing up. Lemur pops it beautifully again into the midfield, treating Paxton like a T.
We are 50 seconds into overtime here. No clear-cut advantage by either side. Lemur with the great control there to run this thing into the offensive zone as he's up on the sidewall now in the corner. That scrum zone, as I like to call it, as we now see the blue team try to get the clear.
And Wreck My Rooster puts us in the scariest position imaginable, but Lemur Arms, unfortunately, nobody there to capitalize on that risky back pass.
We see a beautiful demo by Lemur Arms to prevent the offensive pressure by Kachau, keeping him intact here and contained in this overtime as we see the orange team looking to push it again here. Great opportunity. Lemur misses a little wide. Tries to keep the agenda rolling, however, as Rooster, back wall, looks for the bump, can't quite get there.
Full defensive doing from Kachau there keeps them alive for just a little bit longer, but it's just back and forth here with 2 minutes into overtime. Neither team wants to overextend and lose that pivotal third.
2 minutes into overtime here. We see another clear into the offensive zone. This time Kachau has some space. Looks for the boost. Can't quite get there off the bump. What a great bump there by the orange squad.
Paxton with time and boost. Let's see what he does. Low ball off the lip of the wall, nearly gets past the defense.
We are 2:30 into this overtime, and there has not been a lick of a second that hasn't been edge of your seat nail biting, and it is only going to get better from here on out. As we see now, beautiful save by Lemur Arms, give him a save here. Rooster looks for the redirect, can't quite get it as it's now in the scrum zone. Ka-chow can't get the 50 as Lemur pushes this thing across the field. Can we see the orange squad try to take this 2-1 lead? Offensive opportunity, back post, no!
Oh,
it's wide open! Oh, and it's over by Paxton!
Paxton, the 50 that was promised off of Joe 2361. You know, that Joe 2361 did exactly what he needed to do. He recognized that there was nobody in the backfield and he needed to get a touch on that ball, but he's too slow and Paxton is just too speedy. What a performance from that young man.
Great game there. They were almost 4 minutes into overtime. That was a lot of fun, and it is a 2-1 lead now by the blue team. As we go into game 4, are they going to be able to clinch it here?
You know, I really have to give it to the blue team. As I mentioned earlier, I think that they have the, you know, they've got the edge here in terms of overall mental stability and just rotational prowess. You saw very little bunching up. You saw very few double commits. Bearded 4L was just cemented in that net until absolutely necessary, and there were so many just booming clears from the orange team that were just seeking the center of that net, only to find the most American F-150 imaginable, waiting to dash their hopes. And yeah, I just don't see that mojo fading here.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like that game 1 just did not faze them at all, and they came out swinging, if not equally, then harder in these last 2 games. Game number 4 underway here. 2-1 series is to the blue team's advantage. If they win this game, they are crowned the free agent Scramble champions here tonight.
Absolutely, and you know, as much as I call them to win, I really just I want that championship game 5 with all my heart. So I'm rooting for the orange team here. I hope they can wrap their heads around this enigma that is this blue team.
Absolutely. Both squads have been playing really well, but the blue team has just had a slight advantage over the orange team in these last 2 games. Back and forth action here, just under 30 seconds into this match. As we see now, no clear-cut advantage. No real shots on net so far either, as this one's a lazy floater. What a save by Ka-chow!
Ka-chow has... He's got chameleon eyes. He must have eyes behind his head, because there's no way that he saved that into his own crossbar. Literally the only way that he could have saved that with the boost that he had.
And another great save, this time by Wreck My Rooster with the nice pre-jump there on the shot by Ka-chow. 3:45 remaining, and it seems as though these guys are turning this from a Rocket League game into a brawl.
Absolutely, it's just getting visceral out there. You see Bearded again planted in the defense. Paxton now coming up for the defensive block. Oh my word! What a save from Bearded and Ka-chow. With their powers combined, no ball can get into their domain.
What an insane pinch! And you had the 50 by Lemur that was trying to get by it as well, but to no avail. That thing was unmovable.
Look at these defensive pinches from this blue squad. You know, normally you'd classify that as a double commit, but Ka-chow with the slow pop, and I think Paxton was causing havoc in that net, if I'm not mistaken. Who was in there? Was that him? Yep, yet again Paxton just causing mayhem on the orange half. What teamwork we're witnessing.
There is a tear in my eye, Massimune. That is all I have to say about that one. 1-goal game. Blue team has the advantage in the series lead. If they keep this lead here for the remainder of these 3 minutes, they will win the series. That one could have been devastating, but nonetheless, Kachow misses near side off the post, and we still have a 1-goal game.
Absolutely. Anything could happen with 2 minutes remaining. That may as well be infinity in 1v1 time, and in threes time, that may as well be a full game of Rocket League, especially with a 1-goal differential. As Kachow takes the ball into the net, or excuse me, into the offensive half. Bearded centers it for a potential redirect shot, but Joe 2361 will try to revitalize the offensive push from the Orange team.
And the Orange team had the opportunity there. They had the numbers advantage, but they just couldn't find the back of the net on that transition. As they now look to reset the offense. This one in front of the net. Great boomer there by Bearded to clear this thing. And Joe 2361 with the nice clear. Can't quite get the muscle he wants on it though. It's Kachow. Puts one on top post. No.
Yeah, you can just tell that the lines of communication are open in this blue squad, because as soon as the ball is out of the danger zone, you see all members scramble away from each other and get into proper positioning. Really a wonderful display of teamwork.
And Bearded with a nice read, trying to pre-jump it. They kept it low, and nonetheless, it still keeps it into the offensive. 1:18 remaining before this lead turns into victory celebrations for the blue team. Can the Orange team capitalize? Can they even this game up and keep their night alive? Bearded with a nice clear. Lemur pushes it in the offensive zone. Up in the air. Looks for the shot. Pass off the back wall. Joe's up. Can he get it? Off the back wall. Rooster now. Tap, no!
What an opportunity. Booster couldn't read the whiff from Bearded on the back post, or on the back wall, and sometimes that's the best play, is to just not hit it at all.
You see now this one crawl into the blue team's defensive zone. 36 seconds remain. The pressure is on. The Orange squad need a goal. There is no rhyme or reason that they don't put everything into high gear here, Matthew.
Demo from Paxton yet again. Paxton, what are you? As Bearded off the follow-up and the smoke and the debris gets into position to just pinch it with Rooster. Now that is unfortunate. There's not a whole lot that can be done to safeguard that, but the catalyst of that was again a demo from Paxton.
A beautiful demo. And look at this redirect! That one's on! But not at the right net! Massamune, you know what to call it.
You know, I think that that's a game. I can't I can't say that there's too many more chances here for the Orange team, but that was you know, a little unlucky.
The also patented, very heartbreaking own goal there. But nonetheless, this blue team has found themselves atop the free agent scramble here tonight and come away with the championship. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a great showing across the board by all 12 of these players. What a blast we've had tonight, Massamune.
Absolutely. I definitely, as I mentioned, I could not have scripted this better if I tried. Yeah, I wanted a game 5, but the skill on display and the teamwork and the coordination on display from the blue team was just too much to handle. This was not the Kachow show. This was the Kachow, Bearded, and Paxton show. Each one brought such a unique contribution to their games that it's just extremely well deserved.
Absolutely. I really couldn't have said it better myself. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap things up for us tonight here in the booth. This has been so much fun. And keep your eyes out tomorrow for the announcement of the off-season schedule Us admins have been working very hard, and we have now set a set time frame for when all of the spicy events are going to occur, including the Season 5 draft. Keep your eye out in the Discord page for more info, and I honestly can't wait to get things going. I am Little Bucket 59, aka Quicksilver, aka the Commissioner of the QRLS. Joining me in the booth tonight was Massimune, who, as always, did a fantastic job on the calls in color commentary. Don't forget to check out the Discord, the YouTube, the merch store, and the Facebook for all of the QRLS content you could possibly imagine. And as always, keep it quick.